Hi. Okay, I'm going to show you how I solve systematically to just check this. The idea behind it is what I do is I break it down into subcategories. Like, for example, I first say, I'm just going to look at the red ones. Is there a set that I can find in the red ones? And then I only have four that I need to look at for the red ones. Okay? And in fact, I can find a set in the four red ones. Got it? Okay, that's the only set in the four red ones that I can see. So then I say, okay, now I'm going to check the green ones. Can I make a set in the green ones? Okay. Um, First of all, actually, let's just look at the purple ones. There's only two of them, so there's no way to make a set out of just purple. Got it? Okay. So let's say, can I make it with green? Okay. Well, now that I'm with green, I can say, okay, I can either make a squiggle set or an oval set or a diamond set, but I don't have enough to do either of any of those. So I know that I'm not going to make one just with squiggles. So I'd have to have one of each shape, right? Because either I have all three of the same, which I don't have that for the green ones, sets in those, or I have to be all different, okay? So I'm going to have one of each of those. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at the subcategories of saying, okay, can I do all green solids? Well, green solids are just those and those, nope. Green squiggles just are half shaded those and those, nope. Empty just those and those, nope. So that means that not only am I going to have one of each shape in the green, but I'd have to have one of each shading. And then also with the numbers. Okay, what about the numbers? Well, the numbers, either there's only for the green ones, those are the only three. Here's the only twos. Here's the only ones that there's not a set in there. So that means that for the green ones, I would have to have a different shading, a different shape, and a different number for all three of them. So if I start with if I have to have a different number, shading, and color, I'm going to say, okay, well, I only have one three. So if I have to have a different number of them, because I can't make sets just within the threes or just within the twos or just within the ones. So that means that I'd have to have one of each. And since there's only one three, it would have to include this. Okay. I also know that I have to have a different shape and a different uh, shading. So I'm going to say, okay, if I've already got the squiggle, then this won't count, right? What's the other next option that I've got? Well, the only other two shapes are the ovals and the diamonds. This is the only other diamond that's available. So if I have one of each shape, then I'm going to have an oval, okay? And since I have to have one of each shading, I have to have uh, the empty oval. And since I have to have one of each number, I have to have one empty oval, and that's that. So I can just say that, that, and that. Okay, that's another set. So now what I've done is I've checked all of the individual colors, and I've said within each color, like I found all the sets that are like all red or all green or all purple. That means that any remaining sets that I can find in the whole thing have to be one of each color. I've already dealt with color. Okay. Now I'm going to do the number. Okay. Let's look at the number. So let's say start with the threes. We've got these for threes, one, two, three, four, right? I already know that I'd have to have one of each color, um, okay, because we already dealt with the color. So we're not going to have same color all three. So I have to have one of each color. That means it's either going to be these two, because that's the only two with three shapes that are um, of the red and of the green. So that means I'd have to have one over here. So if I look at this, I've got, well, these are both squiggles already. So that would mean the other third thing like the other one that has three on it would have to have squiggles, but these don't have squiggles. Okay. So I can't make a set out of the ones that have three. Got it? So I've done that. So now let's look at the ones with two. This one has two, this one has two, this one has two, and this one has two. Okay. And we know that we have to have one of each color because we already dealt with the colors before. And if it was the same color in the set, we would have already found it when we were checking colors. So now I've got this. But the only ones with two are just reds and greens. There's no purples in there. And since there's no purples in there, I can't pick one of each color, right? So I'm not going to be able to do with the twos like that. And likewise with the ones. If I was going to do it with the ones, which is this, 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 and this, I already know that I have to have one of each color because we already sorted out that the ones that are all the same color, we already found. Okay, so since there's 1, 1, 1, and 1, there's only the possibility of 3 colors if there was a purple in there, and there's not. So I can't make a set with the numbers being the same. So now I know any remaining sets have to have all 3 cards have different colors, all 3 cards have different numbers. Okay, now let's look at the shading. Okay, let's just look at the shading. We've got partial shaded, partial shaded, partial shaded, partial shaded. Okay, and remember we've got to have the different colors in there and the different numbers. So if we've got 3 shaded ones, we'd have to have 2 shaded ones of a different color, and then the last one would also have to be a different color. But since we've only got green and we've only got red, then we're not going to be able to make a set because we already know that any remaining sets only have 3 different colors, not all the same color. So we can't do it with those. Can we do it with the solid ones? Where the solid ones are here, 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 and here. Okay. We do have the possibility of 3 different colors because there's all 3 colors. Okay. But we also know that it's got to be 3 different numbers. And the only ones that we like, if out of the colors having to be different, the only one that we've got for the solid ones, this is the only red one, and this is the only purple one. So it would have to include those if we're going to have one of each. But since they don't have different numbers, they can't go together because we already know that we look for all the ones that have the same numbers. So within the solids, we can't do it either. Okay. And then the last one that we've got for the shading is the empty ones, right? And the unfilled ones. And that's just these right here. And we can already see that there's only 3 of them and it's not a set. Okay. So we know that we're going to have the remaining sets have to have different colors, have to have different numbers, and have to have different shading. Okay. And then we say, okay, well then we've got to have, now we've got to check the shape. So if we look at the shapes, the first shape that we've got is the diamonds. Okay. These are all of the diamonds right here, not a set. There's only 3 of them. There's 2 purples, right? There's 2 shaded ones. Not a set. So that's the diamonds. Let's look at the ovals. All the ovals are right here. And there's only 3 ovals, so they would have to be a set, and they're not a set. Then the last one is the squiggles. It looks like it's actually possible to make the squiggles because, oh, we already did that though. So you can see that we say, okay, if we did the squiggles, then we do have this one and this one and this one. But remember, we already decided that any remaining sets have to have 3 different colors. This set with the same color, why is that? Can't count that because we already found that. We already found that we were looking for things within the color. Okay? So that would mean that if we have to have squiggles be only different colors, we would need to have a purple squiggle, and we don't. So that takes care of that. We've checked all 4 of the different attributes, and what that means then is that any remaining sets have to have different color, different shading, different number, and different shape. So now we can systematically go through and say we know each one has to be different. So if we've got 3 solid red ones, then we've got to have 2 of something, and it's got to be different. What do we have 2 of? We have 2 of this, but it's got the same shading, and we're not allowed to have that. So we've got 2 of this. That's cool. Okay, but automatically now, if you're looking at this and you're looking at this, we know what the third one has to be. If it's squiggles and ovals, it have to be diamonds. If it's 3 and 2, it'd have to be 1. Do we have 1 diamond? No. So it can't be that. Okay? So we can go systematically through and say, what about this one? Nope, it's got the same shading, so that already doesn't count. What about this one? It's got the same number. We're not allowed to make it. What about this one? Well, that one could work, but if we've got a red and an orange, if we've got a red and a green, we'd have to have a purple. 2 purple partially shaded diamonds. We don't have that. Okay? So we go here to here. They've already got the same shading, not going to work. Same shading, not going to work. Here and here, we've got 3 and 2, so we'd have to have 1, and it would have to be purple. We don't have 1 purple. So we go here and here. It's already the same color, doesn't work. Here it's already the same shape, doesn't work. Here it's already the same color, doesn't work. Color doesn't work. This one has no more sets that can be made with it. Now we're going to go through and check from this one all the rest of them. Already the same color, can't be. Already the same number, can't be. Already the same color, can't be. Already the same color, can't be. Already the same number, can't be. Already the same color, can't be. Already the same shape, can't be. Same shape, same shape, same shape. So this one's out as well. Now we go to this one and we check it with the remaining ones. Same shape, won't work. Same color, won't work. Same color, won't work. Same shape, won't work. Same color, won't work. Same number, won't work. Same color, won't work. Same number, won't work. This one seems okay, but that's the last one, and so there'd have to be a match with that. What would we need there? Anyway, we'd have 2 diamonds, 1 squiggle, we'd need 3 ovals. We don't have something with 3 ovals. And since it was the last one, that would mean that there was nothing remaining to check, or we'd have already found it. So that one's out. How about this one? From here to here, same shading, doesn't work. Here to here, that actually seems like it'd be okay. Okay, the 3 diamonds, 1 oval, we would need 2 squiggles, partially shaded and red. That's the set right there, 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 and there. So if we choose it, great, found a set. We're not done with that one yet, though. Okay, we said that, we checked that one with that one, that was fine. This one with this one, same color, no good. Same shading, no good. Same shading, no good. Same, no, that's good. We could do this with 3 diamonds, 1 squiggle, 2 ovals, but those 2 ovals would have to be red, and we don't have 2 red ovals. Okay, here and here. Well, the only 2 remain that are this, if we did this one, would be this one as well, and it doesn't go, but this one is 3 diamonds, so that would be 2 squiggles, and there is 1 oval, that's this right here, and it's green, but that's the set we already found, because of course if we're doing it systematically, we're saying if we didn't already find it, and we paired this one with this one, the only one that remains would be with that one. Okay, we don't need to check that one, because if we didn't find it, then you can't make a pair of 2. So the whole top row already checked. Okay, stick with me here, we're getting close. We have this one, we got to check it with each one. Same shape, doesn't work. This one might work. That oval with those diamonds, everything's different. Shape, shading, color, number. So what would go with that? Well, if it's an oval and a diamond, it would be a squiggle. If there's 1 and 3, it would be 2. If it's green and purple, it'd be red. And if it's open and solid, it would be partially shaded. And that is this right here. So we can choose it. That one, that one, and that one. And we found a set. Okay? So then we say with this one, we got to keep going. This with this, same shape and color and shading and everything. Okay? This with this, same shading. This with this, same color. This with this, that works, but as you can remember, we already did that. This and this, so far so good. What would it pair with? It would pair with 3 purple solid diamonds, and that's this, but we already checked that when we went there. In fact, we already found that right earlier. So that was the last one we just did when we went there. So this with this, nope. This with this, nope, same number doesn't work. So this one is out, done. Now we're just looking for sets within here, okay? We've got this one with this one, same shading, doesn't work. Same color, can't do it. Here, that could work if there was something in the remaining sets that worked. 1 green, 2 squiggles, 3 diamonds we'd need, but it would have to be partially shaded because that's the missing shading, and it have to be purple. We don't have that. Okay. Here, we go here, same color doesn't work. Here, we've got 1 solid, 2 partially shaded. We would need 3 purple diamonds unshaded. Okay. And we have that here, but remember, we already found that. When we looked for this one, we paired that with that one, and then with that one, that's this line right here. So we already got that one. This with this, they both have 1, so it doesn't work. Now we're to here. Okay, we're going to pair this with this. Does this go with this? Well, we've got 3, 2, we would need 1. That would be either this or this. It would have to be red, it would have to be partially shaded, it would have to be a squiggle. That's a set. So we select them. This, this, and this. Okay, we're going to finish that one by saying, okay, we checked it with that one. Now let's check it with this one. Okay, this one with this one, so far so good, right? Everything's different. We would need then a single oval that's green, and we don't have that in the remaining one. Okay, and it would be partially shaded. So this with this, how about this? Well, that would go with that if we had 2 ovals that were red and were empty, but we don't have that. This with this, we could have it if we had 1 squiggle that was green and empty, but we don't have that. And with this and this, since there's only 1 left, it's not going to pair anyway. well, it does pair, but it's with a pair that we already found, which is right here. Okay, so now we're on this row right here, and let's see, we've got one red, two red, so one green, so we would need three, oh, but they're the same shape, doesn't work. Here to here, same shape doesn't work. Here to here, same shape doesn't work. Here to here doesn't work. So then how did I miss something? It seems like if I did it systematically, I should have got them all right. So what did I miss? And I see what I missed. I don't know why I didn't see this before and how I did it. When I did uh, the shadings, I should have looked at the shadings. I don't remember this doing that. This is empty, and that's empty. This is empty, and that's empty. And we have a set here. And so I guess my system is not infallible because that is a set right there. Why did I miss that earlier? I'm not really sure. Maybe I just didn't check that close enough. I'm going to go back and watch the video for that part and see if I just failed to mention or failed to check that aspect of it. Because if I did, then that will explain it. So there's your long explanation of that one. I'm going to go back and watch the video and see if I messed up that part and I didn't check the empty shading. Anyway, sorry it's so long. Good luck.